No.
Nope.
Who's
Morbo will
Morbo?
destroy you! You don't know Morbo?
I'm
That's
afraid
Futurama, right?
not by name.
I believe that's
Just
Futurama.
a second.
Sounds like a Futurama thing, though.
There you go. I love Morbo.
Ah. Yeah, that's about right.
Doom! There's another one just so you get it in better context.
I see.
Constant yelling.
Yeah, there's Brack.
Okay, so last session, you guys stumbled upon a maddened cleric who had some elven woman imprisoned, and when you confronted him about it, he started calling, screaming like a little girl, and a bunch of electric oozes started coming out of the walls to his defense. You have destroyed 2 of them. Walled the 3rd one in stone. It should be at least a couple minutes before it manages to break loose, though. You don't hear it currently slamming against those stone walls trying to break out. And you have wandered back into the passage just to the north and found that elven woman who is kneeling here, healing herself up quite evidently. Her hands glow and her wounds close.
Okie dokie. Let's see. I guess Varg could shove forward and demand why she ran like a coward.
As she's closing a severe gash on her leg, she slaps it and says, "Could you fight in this condition?"
Varg looks to his party. Then looks to her. Yes, I have. I just did.
Not really, but he would anyway. I'm going to throw a heal on her.
That's
I'm
that's
just
just
throwing. Nah, I'm just figuring out which cures I have available. Probably a cure moderate. I'll throw a cure critical on. I think I have level 4 spells left.
sure. She holds still and lets you, and seems to appreciate it. Stands up and, oh damn it, the macro didn't work. Why didn't the macro work? The macro didn't work because because I had her set to the wrong property sheet. There we go. 31. She tries to straighten her clothing a bit, though it's torn in a few places, and she straightens a moment. I need to go back in there and find my bow before we get too far from this place.
Varg just sort of gestures. Along.
I'll
You're
go with her and I'll go with her and teleport us out if that thing gets out.
She looks expectantly at Varg, who occupies the entire width of the hallway.
Mm. Also, Aishin would just throw her 2 freebie healing hexes on the whale lady of Esua because they're free and she has to use them. Essentially, they're hexes.
Sure.
Oh, I forgot Mesua has fast healing 5. I always forget about that. We've gone like 10 rounds without me applying it.
Let's see here. She climbs down without
I think I just put Emma in the wall.
any difficulty.
Oh, she's right there.
There we go. And finds off in the corner here the equipment that was stripped from her. She seems to have had a bow and some fairly battle-worn armor. The bow itself is the bow itself looks like its texture is wooden, but it's bone white and does not appear to have a drawstring.
Bar just grunts. He's seen weirder things and assumes she's either going to restring it or doesn't need one.
Is that a friend of yours, Sapporo Miro?
I've never met a bowstring I did like, including this one. Ah, does it have to pull so tight?
In order for me to fire arrows, yes.
Yes. The woman begins climbing back up the rock face. You do hear the ooze starting to struggle against the walls that are hemming it in now.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Or just growls down, come on.
Alrighty. I'll just move you guys out into the passage here. All right. Clear of that thing's grasp. Thank you for freeing me from that. Oh, that smelly idiot. I have no idea how he managed to get the jump on me. What are you doing down here?
I cannot remember the fucking druid's name. I never can. Something old.
Searching for Enorim.
Okay, Enorim. There it is. I can't remember that tent somewhere. Bar growls deeply. Enorim.
Ah, well, you're in luck. He is why I'm here as well. He sent me to check this mine shaft and make sure it was clear while he went to the northern moor.
Ah. Goody, they will know where he is.
I assume you killed anything you happened across on your way down?
Except for news that we also walled in.
All right. I suppose we will have to make sure it's gone. The one that
You can do that. I'm more concerned talking to Enorim. That's why we're here. We're not here to clear out ooze. If I want to do that, we do that.
Well, Enorim and I are.
That's no concern of me. We're not here to ask about ooze clearing. We're here to ask questions of Enorim.
And you can do so when we find him. But for the moment, let's finish clearing out this shaft so that the damn things don't breed further.
If you want to go wrestle that one we lulled in just now, that's your business.
Oh, that one won't get anywhere. That breed doesn't breed. We don't know where they come from, but with the mad cleric gone, there shouldn't be any more problems down here. Let's go take care of the one you left above in
Tedium.
splitting sort.
So you're telling me you don't know where ooze babies come from?
We don't know where that breed's babies come from. And no, they're not really babies. They just split. Those ones, they don't split. We're not sure why.
Maybe you need to get them drunk.
She looks helplessly amongst the group in front of her.
What do you want me to do? That's just how she is. It's like trying to stop the tide. You just fucking move. Come on. So damn insistent about killing that thing, whatever. As long as it's that red one, I don't see the problem.
Red? It should be no problem. We'll go take care of it.
Who even are you, anyway, that goes around with Enorim?
I am one of Master Enorim's apprentices.
Oh, lovely.
You may call me She-who-Stalks.
Or pauses. That's not an elf name.
It isn't. It's a very bad translation of a goblin name. They fear me more.
Goblins fear a stiff breeze in the morning, but they don't name it anything.
Not many stiff breezes in the morning kill them.
So you make a habit of killing goblins, hmm?
It was my job for many years, yes.
Who doesn't enjoy killing a goblin?
There's the racism I remember.
Anyway, you guys make your way back up to the surface, but there is no sign of that red ooze that you had walled in. It seems to have melted its way out.
Like shrugs. Problem solved.
That's not really problem solved, more problem avoided.
Either way. Either way, I do not have to start touching a ball made of acid.
How long did it take us to walk out?
About, including the elevator ride up, about 18, 20 minutes.
Emma should be healed by now then.
Okay. Yeah, 5 per round, 82. Yeah, 4 minutes worth.
So I can't see anything.
Yes, I know.
Okay, just making sure it's not.
Yeah, neither can we. We're not anywhere right now.
Yep. Feel free to just nip over to the world map for the moment.
Oh, Varg looks to She-who-Stalks and simply says, "Problem solved. Lead us to Enorim."
Which reminds me, let's force everyone over to the world map.
Don't mind my friend She-who-Stalks. Sometimes I swear he's stupider than a bee.
Anyway, currently the party is here, just west of the gullet, at the Harangar mines. You make your way. You make your collective way back to the surface, and see that there seems to be someone snooping about the mines, snooping about the camp outside. He has not yet noticed you.
The fact he has not noticed a, like 13, 15 foot tall, like just massive fucking lizard folk is probably.
Well, you're still in the
indicative of
entrance to.
stupidity.
You're still in the entrance to the mine.
Wasn't like I was being quiet about it either. It's like thud. Alright. Either way, he's gonna notice us now. I can't not unless I shift forms, I can't be sneaky, so Varg just looks to everyone else and gestures. The kind of, should I just run out there and stomp on him, or do you want to do something? If Aaliyah doesn't do anything, Aishlin probably will. Just no inner character.
Yeah, sorry, what's going on? You sort of broke up there.
You reached the entrance to the mine shaft, and as you were coming out, you noticed that there's someone wandering about the camp just a little ways down the hill, shouting range, but he hasn't noticed you yet.
And Varg's wondering whether or not, he should like leave the cave and go be noticed because he can't be sneaky.
Neither can I. I'm casting continuous light.
Okay, it's up to Aishlin then.
Greetings!
Or not.
Greetings, friend!
And the man, clad in dusty silver armor and wearing a black cloak, hears you. Acorial, you have been looking for work for quite some time, and you managed to find out that there are several mercenary groups that are being hired to go into the Oozen lands. You were suggested that you should go meet up with. It was suggested to you that if you were to go meet up with the druid, with the Lord of the Druid Order, Enorim, he would definitely know where he could best send you to be of effect. You were sent to the Rengar mine range to go looking for him, as that was his last known location. And, well, you were just being cautious and checking out your environment when suddenly a 13, maybe 15-foot lizard man and a small retinue of more human-sized folks comes stumbling out of a mine shaft and shouting at you.
Right. Just going to turn and look at them. Ho there! Are any of you Enorim?
No, unfortunately, we're looking for him. And she, in fact, sort of half plucks She-who-Stalks from the back, knows where he is.
Then where is he? I'm looking for him myself.
He looks to her.
He sent me to clear this mine shaft of the ooze, and went to investigate the Northern Moor himself. He should still be in there. It has not been more than a day.
And that's where we go. Darb looks to the new fellow over, judging his relative size and maybe how armored he is.
Acorial, feel free to describe yourself for the benefit of the others.
Okay. I don't suppose any of you know what a, Sorry, I always forget this word. A jingasa. Do you even know what a jingasa is?
Give it a second.
That would be a resounding no.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's the classic Chinese konat that, a lot of classical, I see a lot of anime with those bloody things on. Yes, I know what jingasa is.
Yeah, but, okay, you know it. Basically just a cone hat. This one's made out of metal. He's wearing one. Aside from that, long black hair, he's got the usual elven perfect skin. He has orange slitted eyes, which are kind of odd, but black cloak, the kind of dirty, muddled up silver full plate armor. And he's about 6 foot, 6'5". He turns to look at the others. Are you one of those mercenary groups going to the Oozen lands then?
Technically, yes.
Yes, we
Only
are the
technically.
worker bees.
We're not the worker bees unless you're talking to, who the hell do we call again? A guy in Cragstown. He waves his claw.
Oh, Commander Hajalm?
I think he refers to us as the worker bees thanks to stupid here. But it's Bloodspark Company to anyone with good sense.
It's Bloodspark Company to him. The paperwork says we're the worker bees.
Fuck paperwork.
I think I'd prefer the Bloodspark Company over worker bees.
See? Even the crazy elf agrees with me. Speaking of elf, name, maybe?
Acoria.
He thunks his chest. Varg, blood drinker. Points to the rest. Oh, that's Aishlin speaks up and just refers to herself quietly as Aishlin and just kind of waves her hand. She's looks at her picture, so she isn't exactly social looking, so I'll just throw her picture up in a sec.
Aaliyah Ripkin, daughter of Throglax the Undefeatable, champion and rightful ruler of Gemniven.
That's a bit of a mouthful.
Varg shrugs.
My name keeps getting longer, yes.
The DM cannot give knowledge magically to random players.
That's why it's in out-of-character double quotes.
Die in a fire.
Yes, Alia is also accompanied by what appears to be an orca whale mermaid who floats several inches off the ground.
I can't
This is
say
my
I've ever seen
colleague,
that
Yemesua.
before.
For the sake of knowing what Varg looks like, here's his picture. He just wears split mail that seems to be made of wood, along with carrying a big wooden shield as well. Though he does have that staff. Also, he's very, very big.
So I missed what you said, past Emesua.
I think that was me then. Varg's picture is as is.
Yep.
Just
No,
linked.
I got what you
Okay,
said.
got that? Alright.
Yeah.
I think Amesua just introduced herself, that's all.
Okay.
She's a whale.
There you go. It's the stock Agathian picture.
And this is She-who-Stalks, the elf, the only one who looks at all normal in the party, which is the elf that apparently knows where Enorim is.
What, the flying glowing chick with angel wings doesn't look halfway normal?
Not even halfway.
Halfway. Half was the important word. Anyways,
If you know her, she's not even that.
She-who-Stalks is glad enough to have more people about. She really wouldn't want to admit that she got taken by that last mad cleric down in the mine. No idea how he got the drop on her, but she is ready and eager to lead the way forward into the other mineshaft, where she believes Enorim is.
Varg gestures and says, I still have enough strength in me for a few more fights. I think the rest of the group is, and now with the new fellow, I suppose he's going to be with us because he needs to talk to Enorim as well.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
See. Alright then. To make sure you don't panic and start throwing things at things you shouldn't, this, he gestures himself, is not how I fight. I fight at a much larger form. So when you see a really large crocodile beast start tearing into things, that's me.
If you see a really large alligator, however, shoot it.
In the face. Because I'm not
Understood, then. That seems like some interesting magic.
one. Druidism.
Ah,
Just, he pauses. Advanced Druidism. And he just starts pushing, She-who-Stalks along expectantly.
not something I have any talent in, I'm afraid.
You got a sword, you got armor, just stick things.
Oh, I'll do more than stick things.
So the northern mineshaft is much better carved than the southern one. It looks like it's used for a lot more than mining. And the other thing is that while the south one, there wasn't any real signage anywhere, the north one has, in a lot of places, you see these big brass plates that have common writing etched in them, but it looks like there was another language originally carved on them that's been polished out.
Weird. Varg pops some barbarian chew in his mouth and just starts chomping away.
And let me know when everyone's loaded the map. This is my first time using some new art assets, so guess I'll find out whether they meet with you guys' approval.
Almost loaded.
Loading.
I am loaded.
Wouldn't
I'm done.
matter.
Loaded.
Alrighty. So
this looks nice.
these halls are very wide and well polished. The floor isn't carved completely flat, but it is at least smooth and easy to walk on.
Feels like dwarf stone. Humans don't make mine shafts like this. Orcs don't. Dwarves do. That's experience talking, not intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Alia, this does actually look like this does look like dwarven work.
Wonder why dwarves would be digging here.
At the end of this hall, there are, pardon me, there are 3 doors, 2 of which should have been blocked by a VBL line. There we go.
Uh-huh.
When in doubt, always go left.
After you, then.
He looks at the door and is it locked?
It is an unremarkable wooden door with no visible locking mechanism. There is a brass plate on it with 2 words in common: stores, smelter.
He pushes the door open.
Oh, good. Maybe we can buy something.
It creaks open. There we go. It creaks open, making lots of noise, and eventually ends up wide enough to permit you passage.
He
The stones
enters.
may be smooth, but the doors haven't been oiled in a long time.
Good observation, that.
There is a great many piles of crates here. They reek of ancient vegetables and stale beer.
I haven't been here in a long time. Where's that beer? He sniffs out the beer, finds it. Probably at least for a person, it'd be like a small keg you carry under your shoulder. For Vargard, like you said, he attaches to his hip. So he attaches that to his hip, plunks the ring in, seals it back up, and continues on with his day. Making no comment as to why the fuck he's doing that.
Well, first you're going to have to find the beer, you fool.
Perception, then?
Yes. You spend a couple minutes sniffing about and eventually find one crate that you pull down from the stacks. and inside it seems to have. It looks like it used to contain a whole bunch of glass bottles, many badly blown, of ale, but apparently the scent comes from about half of the bottles that have been broken open.
Take the halves that aren't broken open, pour them into my wine skin, shake it a little bit, plop the ring in, seal it back up, and put the crate back. After downing one of them for taste.
It tastes like it's not merely stale, but was stale when you were born.
Not bad. I had worse. Dark continues on like nothing at all happened. If you want to point out as a rampant alcoholism, you could do that. It won't solve anything.
Mm-hmm. As you head down this passage, you can feel that there's some warm air blowing towards you.
He lifts his claw. This is probably where the smelter is. Anyone here resistant to fire besides me? What, no volunteers?
Some amount.
Come along, then.
Why do we need to be resistant to fire? Are you planning on swimming through the smelter?
No, I thought maybe the smelter was going to be here, but it's not. I thought perhaps this long, winding tunnel was simply to the smelter proper, not a room.
Anyway, you reach the end of the passage, and you see the smelting room. The ground here is covered in loose sand, probably to be fire retardant. There's a bunch of barrels about, some full, some empty, some fallen on their side, some had water, some have ore, some have coal. It's just all a mishmash. Some are still sealed. What's a little unusual, though, is that it looks like two of the forges are burning brightly away.
Does dwarven engineering last that long?
Wouldn't be surprised. We went to a prison once. Still worked.
There you go. Exposed a peek around the corner. There's just a pile of anthracite over here.
I see a spot we can go explore, so I see no reason to stay here.
I cannot move my token.
Yes, that was deliberate while I made you guys pause so I could describe the scene.
Okay.
And as information for you, if someplace you drop your token, if the path you took to get there was valid, I take that as a committed movement. So if you simply move your token all the way across the room, I expect that to mean that you're jogging briskly across the room with no regard for what traps you might run into.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
That's what I'm doing.
you guys begin fanning into the room, and I need a round of perception.
Well, She-who-Stalks as a +8.
Okay.
That's to assist Far, because that's all he's ever going to do with it.
Well, she's just assisting. Alrighty. Check. Okay. You guys, yeah, the greater portion of you, all hear something moving about in the area. You're not sure precisely where it is, but you can hear something moving.
On instinct, Varg looks up.
The ceiling is bare, smooth carved. There's the stacks of the 3 furnaces that disappear up into the ceiling, but otherwise, nothing up there.
He hisses a bit. Stay on guard.
Marg, you also notice that some of these pools of water seem thicker than they ought to be. Whereas these are clearly just wet sand, this stuff seems to be congealed.
Oozes. It's always fucking oozes. That's yeah, coal, right?
This over here? Yeah, these two piles are just coal.
Anyone got a match? He's asking for a tinder twig.
I think I actually do have some on my sheet. Let me see. Oh no, I have a flint and steel.
It takes too long. I need an instant flame. Does anyone have like?
I have an ever burning candle.
That can't set things on fire. Does anyone have the cantrip spark prepared, maybe?
Afraid not.
Any kind of fire spell that you're willing to waste?
Oh, I forgot to pick a new mage spell. Oh, actually, I do have spark.
Okay, there you go. He points to the pile of coal and says, have at it.
I'm not sure filling this room with coal smoke is the smartest plan, Varg.
That stuff is not the proper stuff. It's probably an ooze. An ooze on fire is damaging to itself.
Yes, but some of us need to breathe.
And hold your breath.
Oh, I don't need to breathe. I'm more worried about these two.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Could always try to blow it away. I don't know where it would go in this room, though.
Yeah, Varg, I think even you know that a fire underground is a bad thing if you're not ready to douse it.
I
Air
actually
bubble
have
for
to pick a
everybody.
new level 3 wizard spell, so just a sec.
Fire goes around poking people in the nose, and they all of a sudden have bubbles of air around their heads. There. Light the damn fire.
Air bubble creates a pocket of breathable air, surrounds the touched creature's head or the touched object. Do you have communal air bubble?
Well, the first one's going to go on Varg, then he's just going to ask who else needs a bubble.
How long does it last for?
Minute per level.
We got like 17 minutes of this. That's long enough to douse the fire of coal, for goodness sake, if it's, going to be that long.
I'd appreciate one.
Does anybody here have anything that can put the fire out? Because I don't. I can start them.
Yeah, he puts a bubble around it and Corio.
Those are full barrels of water, right?
These two, yes.
Problem
This one has
solved.
been poured out. And these barrels are about 7 foot tall.
Okay,
Yeah, I
just
can push that over, no problem.
I just before we get into any combat, I need to pick a new sorcerer wizard spell.
Right for this.
Aishlin doesn't need one, and that leaves She-who-Stalks with one, because I know She-who-Stalks is going to need one.
Because I have haste. Because I have haste twice. Yes.
Yes. The problem with having 2 spell lists.
And well, I'm going to have one soon, if fucking annoying. So now She-who-Stalks also has an air bubble, so because Aishlin does not need one, but I know Akiro, She-who-Stalks, and Varg do.
Yep. Give me just a second. Let me pick a state icon to indicate that.
Anybody have a good sorcerer wizard spell? I'm looking here.
Sorcerer wizard?
I need a level 3 sorcerer wizard spell to replace one of my hastes.
I'm just going to tag you guys with Bless for now.
Why would anybody use force punch when battering blast is better?
Are they the
Do you like
same
the name?
level?
I like the name is what I have to go with, too.
I
Third
know
level,
power
you said?
creep, but yeah.
Well, let's see here. Mad Monkeys isn't your style.
That's old Aaliyah, yeah.
I always appreciate the utility of a spiked pit.
Ooh, Phantom Driver. Why is Phantom Driver a level 3 spell?
I really don't know. If all it does is drive a carriage or something, that really ought to be level 2 or 1. Although I suppose it could pilot a ship for you. Should still be level 2.
Distracting Cacophony might be useful. See what it actually does, though.
Communal spider climb is a wonderful trick to have available.
Yeah, that could be very useful.
Because despite the trope of everyone being able to fly at around level 15, not all of us can actually fly. At least not freely.
The whole group used to be flying.
I can cast
oh,
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just take fly and cast it on people. Yeah, I suppose that'd be good in any situation where we lose our magic items that let us fly, too.
Or you could always take Pup Shape just for the purpose of casting it on Varg until he fails his save.
Pup Shape? Where's that?
I hate all of you.
I like that it specifies cuter.
I'm sorry, I suggested that only for the old shipping of those two.
It doesn't work anyway. He's still a humanoid when he's transformed.
Oh well.
Lol. Win!
Ooh!
Hmm?
That seems my style.
What does? And I've got one more suggestion just linked to the two. Charitable impulse?
Yes, the subject continues to perform a part. Yeah, so and until he can no longer fulfill its demands.
I like 5th priority.
So if you can make it so that he runs out of people to heal, people to give his weapon to, people to cast beneficial spells or wands on, and
Cast it on a
non-born
fighter.
possessions to give away, he
not
starts
saying
giving
whenever I
away
get
his
there, but-
clothes.
Yeah, you cast it on a fighter since they can't cast any heals or anything, and
There you go.
they start throwing all their stuff away.
I see.
Little mean.
And because it's a fighter, he's not going to have a good will save, so it might actually work on him.
That does actually seem right in line with the way Alia rolls.
I'm
You
totally
do still have
taking that.
access. You do still have access to ghost sound, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Why?
Just making sure that you reverted to all of your old impulses.
Yeah, I also have the spell Admonishing Ray for when I want to do non-lethal damage with spells. Okay, I'm done then. Let's do this.
Alrighty. So you can hear something moving about this chamber, but you're not sure where it is. The sound is very muffled and distant.
Like I said, the reason I did the air bubbles is to set the fucking coal on fire, so I'd like it if
Let's
someone
set it on
cast Spark.
fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Starting with that one.
Yep. Spark, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Spark was unattended fine flammable object to catch on fire. Okay. a couple coal stones begin glowing hotly over in this pile. It'll take a minute for the fire to spread.
You can
I'm
keep
going to-
casting if you want to
yeah.
speed it up.
Yeah, I'm going to keep casting it every round.
Okay. Until the fire is how large?
Um,
Until all of that pile goes on fire.
until Varg tells me to stop.
Basically, if it's pretty much fully on fire, yeah, and nothing's happening, I'll tell her she can stop now.
The
Of course,
pile
we're not going to be able to see.
The pile of coal is burning merrily away. Most of the smoke seems to be carried away by the furnace vents at the moment, but if the fire gets much larger, that may not stay the case.
Barb scoops some water using. I guess that's an empty barrel. Is there any barrels that are small enough to actually scoop with?
No, these barrels are all big.
You can just
you Varg could pick one up, bear hugging it if it was empty, but those full ones you'd have to make a check.
we'll just team haul them.
I don't want to waste a whole barrel just on that little blaze. Whatever, I'll ignore the hell out of it.
Okay, Varg. You wander between those two barrels, and I need you to make a reflex save.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty. You feel your feet begin to sink into a soft patch in the sand, and manage to back up before you get irrevocably stuck in it. The sand begins to swirl and seems like it's a spot of soft quicksand there.
Quicksand, everyone, and I don't know why it is. Just avoid.
Well.
He points out that patch. Everyone, make sure they see it. Don't step there. Now he's paying attention to the ground to find more of it.
You see what's trapped in it.
Yeah, he's looking for more patches of it. If there are any.
If it wasn't for that patch still moving, you'd swear that it was regular sand. You don't see any other patches about the chamber.
God damn it. He's actually going to lead the way, but he's not going to lead the way with his feet. He's leading the way with his tail. He's basically just poking the ground in front of him with his tail every so often.
Sure.
Nudge with his tail.
Yep.
Put some pressure
it is
down with the
only thanks
tail.
to that. It is only thanks to that air bubble you're able to stand this close to that noxious smoke.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, Emma floats above the ground. Why don't we send her in front and have her poke down with her spear?
Smart, do that. Waves the whale forward.
Okay. And to Control Shift L, not Control Alt L. That's why it didn't work. Alrighty. I need Emma and Varg.
2.
Just checking.
To automatically die with no save.
Aw.
Rocks fall.
Hey, rocks fell and already tried to kill me. It didn't work.
They need the revenge.
Actually, death would be very bad for Emma since she's a petitioner and I can't bring back outsiders anymore.
Yeah. Actually, let's see here. Emma. Varg, you passed around air bubbles to yourself, Acorial, and She-who-Stalks. Aishlin, that means Emma and Aishlin should be the only ones who still need to breathe, right?
Well, no,
I-
actually doesn't need to breathe. He has a thing for it.
Yeah, I don't believe outsiders breathe either. I'll double check though.
Okay.
Okay, they do breathe, but don't eat or sleep.
Okay. So I need double check. Yes. The air starts wavering, and there seems to be some sort of fumes rising up out of the quicksand. So
Okay.
those who still need to breathe either have to start holding their breath immediately with no chance to prepare, or or not. It gives them their constitution score in rounds of staggered equivalent activity, a move or a standard.
Well, I don't control any characters who need to breathe, so
I'm saying this only because it is obvious fumes and you don't know of what kind. It'd be safe to start holding your breath.
Yeah,
yeah,
Emma's
Varg will take a
going
deep
to do
breath.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, just take a breath. Even
Everyone
with
take a
bubble.
deep breath.
She has 7 rounds then.
Oh, her constitution score, not modifier.
Oh, then she has 24 rounds.
Yes.
18 rounds.
She can hold her breath for a long time.
Yep.
Actually, that sort of makes sense.
That too, yes.
Yeah.
Although, Aishlin holding it for 18? I've always thought that number is a little too high. Maybe half your con score, but never mind.
Varg gets like 4 times his con or some nonsense because of hold breath.
Well, 10 is supposed to be an average human being, and your con score at 10 would be 60 seconds, so that seems about right.
Alrighty. So, with that in mind, the room seems to be filling up with some kind of noxious gas.
This one, hurry up. Varg makes hurry up motions to a Mesua to go and explore what's left. In the ground as she goes, so Varg can follow without falling.
Emma seems to have reached the end of a rail line that brings ore to the forges.
Of course, she can't communicate any of this because she can't breathe.
Well, Varg is following her because she's poking the ground as she goes to make sure nothing falls in. If Varg sees that and sees how far back it goes, like, does it look like it just continues on for bloody ever?
At least out of sight range, yes.
He waves everyone back and just starts, basically pushing them back towards the way they came.
Not that fast, you. All right.
Varg, don't stand in the fire.
Feel free to continue moving a move action at a time from there.
Okie, I can't control She-who-Stalks, so... But they're...
One moment, let me add her. There. Oh, and I suppose I need to actually enable her vision. There. Oh dear.
Apparently she has no vision at all.
She does now. And unfortunately, this thing did catch up with you. Alrighty. Check. There we go.
When
you guys...
She-who-Stalks, everything goes all dark. I'm gonna guess she still doesn't have vision for some reason. Or maybe a light source, that's wrong.
She has dark vision 90.
Well, when I click on her, I can't see anything.
Oh, I know why. Because she was still set as an NPC. There we go. Anyways, you guys are just starting to funnel out when the whole room fills with noise. That is everybody, please. Please make a save.
That's a great roll.
Woo, I rolled a 4.
Is anyone
I
going to
rolled a
roll
3.
above a 5?
Well, I need to roll for She-who-Stalks, I suppose.
Yep. And Mesua. Nope,
No,
you
I
got a
should probably
Mesua.
look.
Aishlin.
Sappy technically gets his own save. I should look up what his saves are.
She-who-Stalks is okay.
Oh wait, he's immune to mind affecting. Never mind. I should still look that up though.
And
I've just seen
Aishlin.
almost everybody failed.
Wow.
Oh, right. Should I roll for my sword here?
I suppose so. Unless it's immune to mind affecting.
I don't believe it is, but it was never said otherwise.
It might say under the general intelligent magic items page if it.
Yeah, the black blade's a construct.
Okay, it's immune.
Okay.
Okay then.
All intelligence items are treated as constructs.
Alright, in that case, She-who-Stalks is the only one who passed. Everyone else is stunned for 1 round and takes 30 psychic.
That's alright, hold on. That's better.
Alrighty. Check. Yeah, everyone gets their own initiative count. Alrighty. Alia, clutching your head, you are stunned.
So on till She-who-Stalks.
Mesua clutches her head, is stunned. She-who-Stalks.
Okay. She notices everyone around her is stunned. Ah, you didn't even fiddle with her spells at all, did you? Alright. I'll just
I'm
do it from
afraid
the
I
list.
didn't prepare any, no. However, most of her slots will be expended at the moment.
Yeah, it makes sense. But she does have. Where is it? I believe it's called Mind Blank. I'm double checking because she has because of her freedom domain.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just anti-scrying. Okay, maybe it's. Let's see. Refuge.
Let me just quickly open her spell manager and set her up with how many slots she'll still have today.
Thank you.
For the moment, though, she doesn't know where the threat is, so plan accordingly.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, okay. An attended magic. Sorry, just was looking this up. An attended magic item uses its owner's saves, but an unattended magic item has a save equal to has all of its saves equal to 2 plus half its caster level. Just
Okay.
nice tidbit to know.
She doesn't really have any way to stop someone from being stunned. And she didn't have her spell prepared, so I can't even say things like she has anti-life shell. So for She-who-Stalks' sake, I'll have to rely on her druidy powers. Let's see.
Yeah, let's say she still has each of her domain spells still available to be used, but the rest are burned for the day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. Makes sense. Alright, how's Liberation Freedom's Call work? Liberation is just basically freedom of movement for yourself, but Freedom's Call might be helpful. These grapples fight panic powers or shaking. Okay, so basically Freedom's Call stops everything except for being stunned, because that makes a lot of sense. Ah. Okay, this will do. Liberty's Blessing, then. Assuming she actually is Freedom Domain.
Yep, it is the freedom domain.
Okie dokie. So she doesn't have Liberation, she has Liberty's Blessing. Change that real quick.
Hold on.
Liberation has the Liberation special ability. Freedom Domain
yes, it is.
gets
It
her.
is. It is liberation. Freedom's Call and liberation.
Oh, why is she not Freedom Domain? I thought that was the point. Well, whatever. Liberation Domain is not the Freedom Domain. There is actually a difference.
I
Okay.
am aware.
Well, that makes this useless. Damn it, that would have really helped too. Poop. Well, when in doubt, summon shit. Okay, let's see a really big thing.
Does she summon as a full round spell?
Yeah, it's around. Oh wait. Yeah, its
Alright.
casting time is 1 round, so she's going to do nothing else but summon a thing, essentially.
All right, you go over the list and figure out what she's summoned, and then while we move on.
Go ahead.
Let's see here. Everything moves on to it waits. It moves and there we go. Attempts to form quicksand underneath Varg's feet again.
Considering what we're dealing with, she's going to summon a Bulette, sorry. That's
All right.
wrong. Bulette.
Varg, reflex save.
$24.
Okay, the sand beneath you begins to swirl and suck you down. You are not going to be able to move, but you may still take actions. You may still act freely otherwise.
Oh, I'm stunned this round, so whenever it is my turn, I'm just gonna.
Yep. Alia, you are no longer stunned.
I need to put down a Bulette token, don't I?
So Varg's getting sunken in by something, huh?
Yep, I'll find a bullet token.
Thank you. Huge sized creature, probably gonna plonk it just right there.
I'll move action, grab Sappy back.
You pick Sappy up off the floor.
Standard action, fire at that monster.
What, the Bulette?
Oh, is that yours?
Yep, that's the creature being
She-who-Stalks
summoned
makes it
here.
very clear that's hers.
Okay.
And it's not here until the start of her turn, anyways.
Yeah, it
Okay.
wouldn't pop up yet.
What's the swirly stuff under Varg then?
Sand.
The sand seems to be sinking and pooling as though it's falling through a hole beneath the sand below Varg.
Oh, it's an antlion. A magical psychic antlion. Just a sec. See what
Standard
I have.
advanced or standard bullet or advanced?
It has to be a standard.
Okay.
It just uses the base Bulette for that 6th level summon anyway.
Yep.
So is Does Varg appear to be stuck in any way?
He is stuck and he is slowly sinking.
Yay for non-standard uses for spells. I'm going to cast telekinetic charge on him to move him over to where I am.
Okie dokie.
All right, just run me through telekinetic charge.
Range is close, one willing creature. You telekinetically launch an ally across the battlefield to anywhere within the spell's range. While moving, your ally is flying. And movement from the spell provokes AOs. Although you can lift your ally out of anybody's reach as long as they remain within close range of you. And if he lands next to an opponent, he can use an immediate action to make an attack against them with a +2 bonus. So, rip. Woo!
Okay.
This may hurt a bit.
It says nothing about weight or anything. How would this interact with someone who's engaged in a grapple?
Hold on, I can look.
That's up to GM interpretation. I'm guessing it would drag the guy who's in a grapple with them. So if something's grabbing onto him from under there, I suppose it would rip him out of the ground with the thing that's grabbing him.
They both look awkwardly up on the surface, looking stupid.
And then when it drops him beside me, it would just plop him down.
Using logic, I'd say cast a level check opposed by grapple and or strength check. Probably a strength check, not grapple check, depending on how held Varg is. Because holding someone by their ankles is not the best way to start a grapple.
I am surprisingly enough not seeing any FAQs or anything about this.
I guess it hasn't. I guess most people use it for its intended purpose, which is throwing somebody at somebody.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. The target is only one willing creature, so
I'm willing.
yes.
And it's him I'm targeting. So yeah, the way I see it, if something's grappling him and you tried it, I think Varg's pretty much got it. Caster level check opposed against their CMD probably, or against their CMB bonus, one or the other.
Sure, let's give that a shot. Make your check.
Level 19, right? Either way, I tried.
All right, you pull Varg back up from knee deep in the sand to the surface, but something has a tight grasp on his leg. You can see this very wet-looking black tentacle holding onto his ankles.
Yay!
Progress.
Yeah, that's my turn.
But it is an exposed black tentacle holding onto his ankles.
Do you have lightning immunity, Varg?
No.
Because Sappy can cast lightning bolt.
Oh, right.
No. I'm in a grapple. I'm fine. I don't care what horror Togashi is dredged out from the depths of hell, Varg will win. In a grapple, maybe not in the fight, but the grapple part.
Standard action grabs her weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's a move action.
Yep.
Standard action, what can she do?
Actually, what's funny is that She-who-Stalks and just do liberation, and I'm just out of the grapple now. Or call it freedom, whatever the hell.
Let's see what she can do here. Yeah, there's not much she can do till she can get a standard move in the same round, so she's done.
Okay. She-who-Stalks. Move action retrieves her bow, and
Well, standard activate Freedom's Call, because she's grappled, and that just solves that. Also, she doesn't need to grab her bow. She never dropped it. She never was stunned.
oh right, she was never stunned. All right.
Pew that pops into existence, Freedom's Call, and then everyone can book it.
Notice how often our plans involve running away.
Let's see here.
Pretty
Yep.
frequently.
Run away, live to fight another day.
The black tentacle slithers its way off of Varg's ankle and disappears back into the sand.
Okie doke.
Coriel, you are not limited to just a move or a standard, because you don't have to hold your breath right now.
Hooray! Right, going to draw the black blade here, move action, and gonna cast Fly on myself in case that tries to grapple me.
Alrighty.
Because I can definitely not win a grapple.
I believe there is. Yes, there is a state for that under spells. Fly. There you go.
Hooray! There you go.
Varg, there is something in the sand beneath you.
Then
Okie
rip its
dokie.
arms off.
Oh. Mentally, most of Varg's reactions to something trying to grapple him is to tear it up out of the sand and beat it to death with its own face for daring to think he could try that bullshit. But he did just get jumped by a scream from hell, and that dazed him, and he doesn't want to do that again. You're all blocking the way, assholes.
It's the way this works.
Just, counting down how far I can get. Oh, that's far enough. Varg is unnaturally tempted to just earthquake this thing out of the ground.
Of course he is.
I'm just looking up to see exactly what an earthquake would do.
Earthquake. Tunnel. The roof collapses, dealing 8d6 to any damage caught under the cave-in, and pinning it, if an earthquake cast on the roof of a very large cavern, could also endanger those outside the area,
I'm
but
just
below
curious,
the falling debris
can
and
Varg,
rubble.
aim it down? Essentially, he's trying to earthquake
It is an
beneath the ground.
80-foot radius spread.
That's how an earthquake works, Varg.
Wherever you point it, it's going to impact a very large area.
Casting earthquake in a tunnel is always a bad idea. Don't do it.
Why do I get this damn power?
Because you're supposed to hurl it at someone who's 100 or 2 feet away.
And never underground, because that's stupid.
Well, he technically knows where it is right now. Okay, 20-foot purse, so basically where the storm is. He can just suck up obsidian for a while. Eat that, see what it tastes like.
Obsidian flow.
I would like a reflex save from him.
Convert a
Yes.
thin layer of the ground to molten glass that cools quickly. Creatures in the area take fire per 2 levels, become entangled. The ground is covered with slippery expanses. Okay, so
I will argue if he's a giant gaping mouth and I just pour that into the sand that's swirling into his mouth, he just ate it and he's going to take more damage, but he probably won't be entangled.
You create a thin layer of obsidian in a expanse on the ground here. Let me just texture it appropriately. Oh god, I don't have an obsidian texture, do I? Just have to use a color.
And just black is good.
Ish, yeah. Good enough for jam. The sand underneath that thin layer of obsidian can no longer be seen, but you can still hear sand moving in the chamber. Anything else?
Yeah, I've moved, standard, I'm good.
Okay. Hello, Anne.
Hey.
Congratulations, you made it just as your turn came up. As soon as you get connected, I'll bring you up to date.
Awesome. As for the moment, I've seen in this place map tool B87. Is that right if or B89? Is that right if I use 87?
It will not work.
Darn. Alright, let me do that real quick.
Okay. While you do, the basic summary is you guys left that cavern with the elven woman that you freed. She has informed you that her name is She-who-Stalks, and she was here working with Enorim, clearing out these mines. Enorim was up working in the other shaft when last she saw. You guys returned to the surface, met a man in black cloak and silver armor who is also looking for Enorim, who is tagging along with the group for the moment. You've gone into the first shaft, which passed through a storeroom into a sort of forge, sort of foundry, and have been ambushed by something that is underneath the sandy floor.
Something.
Something.
You haven't identified it yet?
It has only now come to your turn. Last round you were stunned.
And we've only seen the tentacle so far.
A single black oily tentacle has been seen wrapped around Varg's ankle.
Oh, Varg made a friend.
Varg makes friends every day.
Huh?
Varg is a friendly man.
Yeah, he's very, very friendly. He gives very good hugs. How about you use my turn to run a knowledge check for basically encyclopedic knowledge of anything with slimy tentacles
Alrighty.
that lives in sandy things or sandy arid places. I'm pretty sure that kind of winds it down. Also, if she's in immediate density to be stunned again, kindly please move her out of the way.
Let's see here. Just double checking which kind of knowledge check is appropriate.
Wouldn't be undead, would it?
You don't know yet until you've made the check.
Darn.
There we go. This is a dungeoneering check. Skills 43.
And what's the min, max, and stack size again? I should probably write this down. Whichever.
I beg pardon?
Map tools, the launching it. What's the min, max, and stack size again?
Min doesn't really matter. Max, enter 1024. And stack size 4 should be high enough for you.
Alrighty. Be right there.
Let's see here. With that check result, you... There it is. In general, the DC is... Alrighty. It is consistent. The appearance of it you've seen so far is consistent with oozes you've encountered thus far, but you've never met one that is black other than a pudding, and puddings don't normally hide under the sand. You're gonna have to see more of this thing before you can determine more, but knowing that this whole swath of countryside is infested by oozes, it's not a bad assumption.
But there hasn't exactly been tentacles seen from the oozes so far. They've just been gelatinous blobs. What does that tell us?
That tells you that this is something you haven't seen before.
Done. Well, its name is pudding.
If Varg wrestles a nice big piece of it to the surface, I'm sure you would study it at length.
Good luck
Sounds
convincing him to
wonderful.
do that.
Varg, go be very, very friendly. Feel free to frisk it. Just make it do stuff.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
You don't have a brain to object. Do it.
Yes, he does.
I'll throw you in there.
Anyway,
Fine.
tell me when you're loaded on the map.
Well, it's loading right now. 21 right now.
Yep.
Varg, do it. This is why we need you. This is your sole purpose in life, is to wrestle things. Go do
What would be the point of me hauling this stupid thing up to the surface?
it. So we could tell what it is and perhaps kill it?
I'd vote
To
for
what
killing it.
end?
What?
Yeah, of course,
To what
everyone who
end?
doesn't actually have to wrestle the thing votes to kill it.
Exactly, that's the point. You grapple it, you kill it. It's a happy, wonderful relationship. Since you can't object, I assume you can.
I hate everyone.
Everyone knows. Looks like you should be in now.
It's at 34.
Fine, you assholes really want me to wrestle this thing? Fine.
Yes, do it. Thank
She
you.
really wants you to wrestle that thing.
I
Tell you what,
like
you put out that
knowing
fire, I'll go fucking haul this asshole up on the ground and beat him to death with his own face. As long as you
That
guys keep
sounds
me alive,
glorious.
whatever.
things. Glorious. That sounds pretty
Varg isn't gonna run from a
Varg.
fight, even if it's called like He Who Waits, like some sort of horrible abomination from hell.
Thank you for seeing my side of things.
Don't say anything, I'm gonna use you as a pile driver.
Alright, that's 65. Be right there.
You in?
66, 67. Almost. There we go. Okay, what's this weird fish-looking thing?
That is a
You
bullet that She-who-Stalks is summoning.
Ah, maybe she has some sort of use. That's cool.
Well, actually has summoned, but now it needs a target before it can do anything.
Lara, go wrestle it.
Have it attack the darkness.
It is Aishlin's turn. You've
If you give me the
puzzled and
ability to
figured.
dig, I'll happily get under there.
All right. Well, I used my knowledge check. I thought that kind of counted as a
That's
standard
a
action.
non-action.
Oh, it's a non-action.
That's just thinking to know what you might know about what you're looking at.
Oh, so I didn't actually make a roll?
Yes, you did. You made a 43 on your dungeoneering check.
I see. Alright, see, I was going by the assumption that I already actually made my turn. Okay. Let's see now.
So there's over here a patch of obsidian flow that Varg just made, and underneath it was a sort of vortex of sand that Varg was being sucked down into.
Interesting. If I were to cast mass suffocation in that square, does it actually need a target, or could it just affect that general density?
It needs a target.
I see. Well, in that case,
If you want me to wrestle this thing, either one of two things are going to happen. Either A, I'm going to stand in the middle of the area like a schlub and wait for it to grab me, or B, you're going to make me be able to dig, and then I'll just dig under and grab it that way.
okay, how do I make you be able to dig?
I don't know. Usually a spell does the trick.
Oh yes, usually it's spell, but we haven't rested or done anything, and I'm running out of spells.
Yeah, we're pretty low on
use
spells.
Dimension Door and go under there and be bait.
No. No, thank you. I don't want to be shunted for like 46 damage for the next half hour.
Yeah, it might be a bad idea.
Yes, let's see. There's Web, Gloom Blind Bolts, Heroism, Howling Agony, Dimension Door, Wandering Star Motes, Cleanse, Suffocation, Cloak of Dreams, Dust Form, Chain Lightning, Greater Restoration, Regenerate 9 Lives, Elemental Swarm is probably what I'm actually going to do. I'm just looking through here.
You've got a buff you want to throw on me, whatevs.
Generally, you don't need a buff until after stuff actually targets you. Or at least that's just my way of thinking. What do you all think? I could just form an elemental swarm and they could act as bait.
That takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Elemental
Oh,
swarm's
right,
like one
right.
of those.
Elemental swarm, crap, right.
I think for the moment you should just ready in action to cast a spell and bide, because you don't know what the threat is or where it's coming from.
True, they actually probably won't be in that square. It's not going to move. Would casting web reflexively slow? If something came out of the ground, would it slow its progress back into the ground?
Web counts as difficult terrain, so unless it hauled itself up out of the ground entirely, it wouldn't do much. It's under the ground is a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
On the other hand, something that's underground probably can't see that it's about to that if it surfaces, it's going to stumble into a web. So, if you guess correctly where it's going to surface, then that will slow it down.
In a room like this, guessing.
I beg pardon?
I'm sorry. It's just if the probability of me actually being able to guess in this room where
Also,
it might
this room
just
is
surface.
full of fire here and here and here.
Yeah, I noticed. And there's also barrels that something can always surface under the barrel. couldn't it? Or does it not actually work in campaign?
Those are very large barrels, some 7 or 8 foot tall and broad. A couple of them are full of water. A couple of them are full of ore. This one's fallen, but was full of coal. You don't know what's in the 2 that are right behind you.
Let's just all back out of the room while throwing terrain screw over stuff all over the place in it.
Actually, I wonder if you spill that barrel of water, if it might perhaps cause the creature to come up to the surface because it's kind of drowning.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Aishlin is currently holding her breath. You can get a move or a standard action without real penalty, because the room is full of noxious odor and smoke. So,
But she doesn't actually need to breathe.
okay, I wasn't 100% certain about that, so I'll just take that off of
Okay,
you.
I was just wondering. All right, that's pretty interesting though that happened.
Yep. So,
Also, is
what you
thing
doing?
technically drowning on obsidian already?
I like to hope so.
The obsidian only coats the surface of the floor.
Yeah, it just stops it from popping up there.
Well, then the safe action would be to move the party onto the layer of obsidian and just like flood the other areas. Anybody know how to flood?
Yeah, unfortunately the barrel's sort of blocking it and Varg takes up a lot of space.
Yes, I do.
Varg? Okay, Varg, plan A, move the stupid barrel.
Where and why? I don't think it's... one barrel's already been spilled of water. If this thing was bothered by it that badly, it would have already removed these barrels.
Well, it probably moved away from the area of the water to another area of the stormlight.
Yeah, knowing our luck, the barrel's full of water elementals that'll come to life and attack us if he tries to move them.
Exactly.
Well, if that happens, we'll just run out of the room and have the thing kill each other.
Am I running out of this room, or am I fighting something?
We're trying to determine that. Aishlin?
Yeah, I know I have to actually make an action here. I can't just speculate. I'm sorry, people. Alright, well, okay, with that size of barrel. I'll ready an action to cast Dimension Door and teleport myself over to the obsidian and perhaps dump the barrel on my next turn, just to see if that might help or anything. Is that alright?
You can plan to, but I will remind you that barrel is 7 foot tall, 7 foot beam, full of water.
Right, Ashlyn is very, very puny. Well, in the strength aspect, she's not that tall either. Alright. I'll just prepare to cast Web then.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought the prepare thing would just do that one spell. Never mind.
It prints out what you currently have prepared.
Yeah. If you guys want to look through that, that'd be helpful, but yeah. Alright, you're somebody else's turn now. Thank you.
Yep, it is. I just wanted to quickly find out, what does 245 cubic feet of water weigh?
A lot.
So that I know for the strength check. .245 cubic feet of water is... Wolfram Alpha is not parsing cubic feet very well. There we go. A mere 15,000 pounds.
Wow.
I can lift that.
Not over your head, you can't.
Mm,
You can knock it over.
yeah, I can.
Alrighty.
I'm messaging you, Chris.
You guys did not get enough running away out of the way, so... Oh, come on, where did it show up? Grr. There, centered. Okay. I need Varg, Alia, She-who-Stalks, Aishlin, and the Bullet to make reflex saves. No, wait. Alia is floating above the ground. She doesn't have to.
Ashlyn isn't flying?
Yeah, she did.
Varg.
Her movement was used as flying, so yes, she was flying. Or at
Okay,
least
so
hovering.
so she doesn't have to make a reflex save, or still does?
Those who are touching the ground. No one said that Aishlin was constantly flying.
Fair enough. But I used her movement speed to fly, at least when she originally was trying to scarp her, so you take that as thou will.
Okay.
I'll
Alright.
go ahead and roll. I was just double
Aaliyah
checking.
normally
which
is
one
flying,
has
but but I didn't have the actions to start flying, so I'm not right now.
Okay. And... Okay, the bullet's fine.
Very agile bullet.
The summon
Oh,
is
look,
perfect.
Sandquake.
Is okay. And for that matter, so is Alia.
And I think I'm fine with a 19. Or 32 total, but 19 roll.
Okay. Varg's 32, that's okay. So, She-who-Stalks and Aishlin. You two...
She-who-Stalks, actually, I don't even... Why the hell are we all rolling? She-who-Stalks' turn hasn't come back around, so her Freedom's Call is still going. So they can't be grappled.
Correct. You are not grappled. You are sinking into the sand.
Fair enough, that is different. There's no sinking into sand listed here.
I am aware. And it is, it can't do its mass mind spear anymore, but it is going to single out. It is going to single out Emesua, mind spear.
Ow, my mind.
Will save. You take halve and are not dazzled. Alia.
I'm hoping it's from the psionic bestiary. Anyway, let's see. So I'm fine. I got my weapon, and it's below me and doesn't have any exposed stuff right now, huh?
Not yet.
Hmm. Just 1 second. What size category are the barrels?
The barrels are large.
And there's 4 barrels that are filled with something, huh?
There's these 2 filled with water, there's these 2 filled with rock and ore, there's these 2 which have not been examined, and there's these 3 which are known to be empty.
Okay. Swift action. I'm going to begin inspiring courage. Which, yeah, so that. I'm going to fly over here over to the over the obsidian where it can't pop out. How tall is the ceiling in here?
The ceiling's a good 15, 20 feet up from the ground. It's low but manageable.
Okay, I'm going to fly 20 feet, 25 feet over, and sorry, I'm going to fly to there and then fly 10 feet up.
Okay.
And then
Oh dear.
Well, this ought to be fun.
Animate objects. You
this
imbue
barrel,
inanimate objects
this
with
barrel,
mobility
this
and a
barrel,
semblance
this
of
barrel.
life.
Come to life, my barrels.
Okay, this is awesome. Let's see what happens.
Alright, a small object per caster level. This is large objects, they count as 4. Your caster level is well, 16 once divided by 4. So
I'm getting the barrels that are filled with stuff.
alright, let's change those to tokens. Let's give them highlights. And let's snap them to the grid.
They remain animated for 19 rounds.
Let's see here.
There you go.
Evil attack barrels.
Animated object large. Thank you. Alright, do they act this turn?
Yeah, they would. It
Immediately attacks
standard
whomever,
action,
whatever
yeah.
you designate.
Hey, barrels, go over there and start ripping at that hole in the ground.
Okay. The distant ones start coming closer. And that's all they can do for the moment, because they can't see it either.
Okie dokie. Somebody has to try to surface it this turn.
Emesuha.
How many more rounds of breath does she have?
This is round 3, so she's expended 2 of them. 22 remain.
I'm sure you guys are real comfortable where you are, but you guys need to scoot because Varg's gonna like get really big really fast.
There isn't room for it, mate.
There's always room compression. I can compress even when I'm like this, so I can always compress, so I can be as small or as big as I need to be. Even when I'm not small and not big or whatever.
I'm gonna have her take her move action to move out until she's at a place where she can breathe. Then I can run back in at full speed and start stabbing.
Alright, what's her speed right now?
If she can take a move action, she can move 80.
Okay. Okay, there's her move.
Yeah, I figure she can go out, catch a breath, so she can do a move in a standard, then double run in.
Okay. She-who-Stalks.
Well, if she can move, she can't.
Yep. The terrain is slowing her as per difficult terrain, but she is not grappled.
Okay.
Assuming she spends another round of that power she has.
She's not going to. Instead, she'll just use liberation, effectively giving her freedom of movement. So either way.
Liberation. Okay. Notably, that does not affect anyone else around her.
No one else is grabbed, except maybe Varg, but even Varg's not going to care in a second. She knows, because Varg's declared his intent to crush it, so all she needs to do, really, is get there. Mark off a use of liberation. Let's see, what can she do?
Yeah, except Aishlin was affected.
Okay, in that case, yeah, she'll use the other one then, if Aishlin is obviously affected.
Okay.
You
Whatever,
gave them
sir.
construction points, right?
Ah, hell, I forgot she has improved lightning reflexes. She could have rerolled. Well, doesn't matter, but she could have rerolled her reflex save. You didn't remember that.
What was that about construction points?
You gave them construction points, right?
I'm working on it.
Okie doke, just making sure.
Not really anything she can do at this point. Ready in action to shoot it if it pocks its head up with her bow.
Okay.
With a shocking arrow. Bulette, you can dig. Get out there and go see what it is and kick its ass.
The bullet does indeed have a burrow speed.
Get down there, grab it, kick its ass.
Yep, it burrows down into the earth and is swallowed up by the sand.
Good, hopefully it can surface the thing so my barrels can get it.
It's gonna try.
Don't you love the sentences you get to say? You get to hear from me.
Yes. Let's see here. Once the bullet is down there, it is going to... scrape its teeth uselessly off of this thing's hide. Acorial.
So is Aishlin no longer grappled now because of She-who-Stalks?
Aishlin is ungrappled, but she is still knee-deep in the sand.
Since Varg has declared he is going to smash this thing, I suppose I'll help try and pull Aishlin out before that happens.
Okay.
I could also wait till my turn because due to my familiar being a void worm, I could essentially shapeshift my way out. Just saying, you could help me if you wanted to. But if you have like a plan B for yourself.
There's also the fact that there's not much I can do until it's visible.
Okay, well that's perfectly fine. Then go on and help me. It's good to have stuff to do.
Right, what kind of roll should we make for this?
Oh, you're just trying to drag her out from there?
Yes.
You need to make a strength contest. So roll me a strength check.
Okie dokie.
All right, go ahead and use your second move action to drag her out of there. Aishlin, this stranger you've known for literally 12 minutes, grabs you under the armpits and pulls you out of the sand.
He is helpful.
He's very helpful, and Ashla is grateful, but at the same time, she also feels violated because she's kind of a bitch like that.
Fortunately, he cannot see her scowl through the metal face mask.
Fortunately, otherwise she probably would have killed him.
Varg gets Gigantor. Please get Vargasian Rex out for me.
What spells do you have prepared, buddy?
Are you referencing me or the other guy? Because in spell-wise, Varg is out. He's running on empty here.
And you're talking to me, the Magus spell list is mostly just combat.
Oh yeah, I've built a Magus, I know. I was hoping we had something that could surface this thing easily.
Afraid not.
So, Varg, what is the up? It is your turn.
Into Vargasian Rex, please. Quickened action, because I can do that now.
Yep. I'm just gonna toss your token into these furnaces over here.
That's fine.
Because I derive a certain amount of pleasure from that.
I know. Now that Vargasian Rex considers himself the king of everything in the universe, and yes, that is how big he gets.
I know. I measured it.
We're talking to Ed Carroll over there.
He was watching last session.
I was here.
But his character wasn't. Aha. Anyway,
Yeah, you were not exaggerating.
Yes,
see.
the lizard man expands and inflates into a very large non-alligator.
Non-alligator?
Well, a crocodile isn't an alligator.
Oh,
No.
he's a crocodile, so he is a non-alligator.
I am also a non-alligator.
As am I.
You see, we are all brothers here.
I'm
Alright, what do
gonna,
we have?
I'm gonna just ignore everybody as I stick my
Yes.
face in the sand, seeking those tentacles to grab and yank on.
We're all
Sure.
brothers and not being alligators.
Take a breath of fresh air, hold my breath, and hold it never, and then just down I go.
Alrighty.
Like the world will end before I run out of air.
I know. If it ends in the next 17 minutes.
Yep.
I
want to wrestle this thing. So many tentacles close to
Yeah.
the surface to grab.
I'm
Pull it to the surface. My barrels want to whack it.
That's what I'm working on. We're fishing Varg style.
all right. Your claws are plenty big enough to count as shovels. In fact, they're plenty big enough to count as a shovel each.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, knowing that you're a big, tough crocodile, I'll even grant that your snout can count as a shovel.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would like you to do is make a strength check to determine how much earth you can evacuate in a round.
Strength check, alright. Yeah, not very much right now.
I think that's the worst strength check you've ever made.
Considering I have a plus 14, it's better than any of these schlubs.
Point taken, but still. Alrighty.
Aisha doesn't have strength. That means this is abominable.
Varg, you throw huge clumps of earth this way and that, and sand pours everywhere, and you manage to push away about a 5-foot depth of the sand.
Was that a move or a standard?
That was a full round.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, although I'm not, I suppose.
But you're that much closer to wherever this thing is.
Right now, if this thing has an intelligence score, it should be going, oh shit, there's something big enough to actually wrestle me up there, and it wants a piece of me now. But it probably
Ashlyn,
doesn't.
Anyway, for my turn,
That's an interesting strategy.
It's a VAR strategy. Because every strategy that's stupid or crazy has to involve VAR, because why not?
it's because Varg doesn't have much of an intelligence score. It's just too much fun.
He's probably the smartest person in this damn area. He wanted to just, no, not fight this thing, but no, VAR, go fishing. Lol.
Okay, anyway, what was I need to do? Let's see. Ashlyn is going to cast one thing.
sorry, you were casting what?
Going to cast Heroism on Varg.
Alrighty.
Let's just
Right.
double checking with effects.
Yep. +2 morale on attack rolls, saves, and skill checks.
And then she's just going to decide that 5 feet back to the thing.
Okay. Get away from the danger zone.
5 feet makes a difference.
Let's see
And that
here.
ends my turn.
This thing is aware of Varg burrowing down towards it.
Never mind the Bulet really trying to chew on it.
Yeah. Alrighty. And looking at it, yeah, it thinks it's willing to take you.
Good,
not-
something actually willing to go at me.
I'm not saying that it has a particularly great int score, so
Yeah.
Varg,
So it's a fair fight then.
underneath your claws, the sand suddenly parts, and you find yourself digging and scrabbling at a glistening, oily black mass. It, in the same way that an ooze that eats way too much, way too much oil, not oil, that eats way too much lantern oil, starts to burn. This looks like it's taken in a lot of anthracite.
It's eating too much coal. Silly thing.
And it just comes right up at you and begins trying to envelop you.
Okie doke.
I
It
should
can
start
try.
casting Spark on him.
Oh yeah, that'll end well. Yeah, good job. You made the use flaming. That helps nobody.
Where is it?
I don't think Spark
CMB?
works on creatures anyway.
No, only unattended objects. There
Although
we go.
Fireball works on anything that's flammable that fails its save.
It's still
Go ahead,
technically
throw your
ooze, even if
fireballs
it's
at
taking too
Varg.
much coal into its system. That just changes its coloration and possibly a couple of its powers. I don't know actually.
Nat
Okay,
20.
well I still need. I don't care. You don't succeed naturally. I just need to know whether or not what its bonus is.
What do you mean?
Does nat 20s on grapple checks automatically succeed still? Or
They're attack rolls.
Okay, I'm grappled. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm immune to that. Fuck you.
But it gets onto you, and it makes its constrict.
Well, it can't. You have to be in a grapple to do that, and it can't. Like by the rules, it can't grapple. It can engulf me, which might be different. I guess if engulf lets it do its constrict, maybe, but it cannot grapple right now.
Yeah, 1 second. Looking up Universal Monster Rules Constrict. Thought it merely had to
understanding engulf is
succeed on
kinda
the
just-
check, not. Let's see here. When it
Engulf is
makes a
weird.
successful grapple check, it does not need to have you grappled. Only needs to make the successful check.
And engulf isn't like a grapple at all, is it?
I am talking about constrict.
Does Varg have freedom of movement?
No and yes. It's because She-who-Stalks has freedom's call going. I'm immune to all kinds of things, but it's not like it's not like freedom of movement. It's fucking weird. Allies within the area not affected by the confused, grapple, frightened, panicked, paralyzed, pinned, or shaken conditions. This aura only suppresses these effects and returns once a creature in the area when the aura ends, if applicable. Blah blah blah. Yes, no, potatoes.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to hold on to you, I know, but it is able to get its mass around you briefly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Freedom of movement actually says grapple checks automatically fail. So.
Hmm.
It just says I'm not affected by the grapple condition. I don't
Yeah, freedom of movement and freedom's call works differently.
3 cheers for having to fight over the way things are phrased. This is why they made D&D 4th edition.
Yeah.
Let's reduce this huge growing vocabulary to just these 10 conditions and call it a day. Anyways, here
It works in
comes
its way, I guess.
yes, your DR does apply to that.
Okay. Fort save, huh?
Yep.
I can't roll so well today.
Hmm. Alrighty.
Depends on what he's trying to do. Depends what happens. I might be immune.
Actually, you're you are able. You've got that bubble around your head that is allowing you to breathe fine. Actually, yes, that fort save that fort doesn't affect you.
Okay.
And no one else who is actively breathing needs to worry is in range. So actually, yes, it is not going to be able to make use of that power anymore due to you guys preparing for all the smoke that was going to be in here. And it does want to single you out, so Varg.
Okay. Still can't roll so good.
You are confused and take fall damage.
Well, yeah, it's psychic, isn't it? So that's like an elemental, right?
Yep.
Did you add in the +2 bonus?
From what?
Oh, right, heroism. +2 on your saves. Varg, you succeed. Heal back 21. And you are not confused.
Oh, I forgot it affected saves. Okay, well, even if I was confused, it wouldn't do anything. This thing has attacked me. I would do nothing but try and smash it anyways.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alia. The ooze is now well exposed, but it's under Varg's bulk. I'm going to treat this as I'm going to treat this as it has 50% cover.
Okie doke. In that case, wait, do oozes take non-lethal damage? Let me check. Oh wait, it doesn't take piercing damage, so no point in shooting at it.
That isn't all oozes. The big the big blue molten steel oozes, those were immune to piercing, but the red ones weren't.
Knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Roll
Yeah,
of
good
knowledge.
point. Yeah, I do have knowledge of engineering too.
Yeah, we have two
Okey-dokey.
people with the ability to roll heavy knowledges here. Let's
Yep.
put your heads together.
Actually, I will use my Jack of all trades ability and automatically get 20 that I get 3 times a day, and automatically get 20 on it.
Alrighty.
Knowledge engineering gives me 42 on it.
Okay. What Aishlin can get if she rolls a 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is obviously an ooze now. It is clearly a exotic type. It's adapted to its environs. The way it glistens and the fact that you can still see nuggets of coal in it tells you it is quite probably flammable. And in addition to that, it does not look like it looks it looks thick, like it has a lot of substance. You imagine that it would not be immune to normal damage types like piercing and slashing.
Okay, just 1 second.
For more information, you will have to do more experimentation.
Or just
Flammable,
ask
you
Ashlyn if
say?
you want to do any experiments. You can just combine our efforts so you can do half the stuff you want to.
While you figure out what you're doing, I'm going to pick construction points for these barrels.
Sorry.
And then barrels start wrestling the fucking ooze. This is weird
Ooh,
now.
if one of them's empty, get it full of coals and fire and just dump it on it.
I'm here. I might be resistant to fire, but I'm not immune.
You know what? It's fine. We'll just
No, it's
find you in
not.
the middle of getting burned.
You can be
badly.
healed.
It's not fine.
Well, just
I will
go and
actively
dump
start
yourself
throwing you
on
people
it
into
then.
this grapple if you start fucking around like that.
Dump yourself on the fire for a few seconds. It'll be fine.
I will bull rush you off a cliff.
You can't. Oh well, no, you can't.
Someone
But,
just dimension door him out or something, and then set it on fire.
Okay,
yeah.
if I understand Fireball's wording in that it sets fire to combustibles, that means if I fire a fireball at it and it fails its will save, it combusts, right?
Correct.
Sorry,
Yes, and
fails
I'm
its reflex
holding
save.
it. I do not want to be holding a flaming ooze.
You have fire resist.
It's not going to save me.
You have fire resist, and I have a bunch of healing. You'll be fine.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm going to use this thing to pound on your heads. See how you like it.
Hey, you put yourself in this position, dude. I'm sorry.
You threw me in this position. Just shut the hell up. You told me to go do this.
Guys, please just let Brad get this train of thought out.
Sorry,
Because,
Brad.
I don't like
I'm
where it's
guessing
going. I
while
want
it's
off
on
the train.
fire, it would be taking continuous damage.
I'm just looking up how much, yes.
So that seems like it might actually be a plan.
Let's see here.
Sappy's
Stupid
already
plan.
used his cure critical for the day, though. Well, Emma's going to be coming back soon. She can lay on hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, if this thing sets on fire, it and Varg will both be taking the in-character knowledge equivalent of 12d6 fire damage per round.
Yeah, I can't resist that.
Come on, resist 12d6 fire damage.
What if you just turn into a water elemental on your next turn?
That won't make me immune to fire. That's fire elemental, and I can't
Back
wrestle
in
this
just a
thing if I'm like
second.
that.
Then why don't you just do that?
You don't need to wrestle it if it's taking 12d6 damage per turn.
If
That's
it even
true.
takes that.
That still doesn't explain why he doesn't just turn to a fire elemental on his next turn.
It would set it on fire, wouldn't it?
And he would escape the fire damage.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. I'll just leave this thing alone. You guys can have it.
If you do that, I'll delay my turn till after you, so you can do that and avoid taking the damage.
And maybe I can buff you with 9 lives or something if you need it.
Because that
All right,
seems like
what's
a
up?
plan. We can take this thing down pretty quick if we can set it on fire.
Yep. And Varg, if
And
you
then
die,
my
I can
barrels will
resurrect
set
you.
on fire, and then we'll have flaming barrels whacking at it. It'll be great.
And then we can use your barrel of water to make a path in the end. Right? Or would, like, that not do anything?
Thinking. I'm looking at what I can turn into. Because fire elemental is one thing, but they're not very good at grapples or anything really.
You don't need. That's the whole thing. You don't need to grapple. You just need to turn into something that's immune to fire and hold its attention while it dies because it's burning to death.
Yeah. And this way, you don't take damage, you don't have to whine about getting hurt.
Oh, wine all I want.
Well, yes, but
You can. You just don't have to.
I never had to in the first place. Gonna do it anyways. Just give me a second. It's a big list.
Can't you turn in? Oh yeah, right. We found out you can't turn into dragons.
Nope.
Because I was
When
gonna
did-
say, are there dragon types that are immune to fire?
When did the not dragon thing come about? Because I remember at one point.
yeah, that was erroneous. He can turn into magical beasts, but he can't turn into dragons because dragon is its own creature type, and it's not on the druid list.
I see.
I want to turn into a smaller version of that.
I'm typing something out right now. Can't click the link. What is it?
It's a fire-infused purple worm. I just want to be a smaller version.
Okay,
he's
so
gonna
you're
turn into something small and burrow away. That's smart.
yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
I'm just being a medium-sized one will do, probably, to be honest. It could be small if I wanted. It wouldn't really change anything.
Okay. So me and my barrels will take this thing on, and
The reason I'm turning into this thing is because of fire healing.
me and my barrels can take this thing on, and
I'm actually going to stay in screw it. Can I turn to a large? Hold on, let me check that. No, keep going. I just need to check something.
Actually, that
Okay,
thing gets healed every time it remains in contact with fire.
That's why I want to turn into it. Because I turn into magical beast, it's just a certain size.
I think it's a thing. Fire. You can fly while it's touching fire.
I don't think I
Vizir
get
and
that.
Nara can't imagine death and fight until destroyed. That's cool.
Just testing a macro here.
Yeah, medium magical beast is the biggest I can get, so I'll just be a medium magical flaming worm. Because, yeah.
you also gain HP for every round you spend inside fire.
Yes, we established that. That's why I'm turned into it. Otherwise, I just turn to like a flaming anything, really. But I want something that heal itself, so this will do.
Stupid fast healing I always forget about.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's regen, but still.
Okay, so what is happening?
Vargas turned into a medium-sized lava worm thing.
I know that's the plan, but it's not his turn.
Otherwise, I don't know.
No, Varg is going to turn into that. I'm going to delay my turn after him to give him time to do that before I start casting fireballs.
Sounds good. Set initiative 1505. Emasua.
Psst, that's yours.
Can she
Yep.
breathe yet?
The air seems clear enough this far down the passage.
Okay, she's going to breathe. And as a swift action, she's going to lay on hands herself.
Okay.
Not sure. I don't think there's anything she can do as her standard. Well, if she takes, where's the suffocation rule?
Let's see here. If they take a... basically, if they act while holding their breath, they burn the time they have left by an additional round. So they wear out their time twice as fast if they take standard or full round actions.
Okay, so in theory, she could hold her breath, run in, start beating it, and then run out before time to get another breath. Okay.
Yep.
In that case, she's going to take a deep breath and prepare to run in.
Okay.
That's her turn.
She-who-Stalks. First thing is this bullet's going to surface and start beating on it weights. I keep losing the tab where I have the bullet. There we go. Yeah, if it surfaces, it can use its claws. And completely derp it up.
Those are the best ones. I like to imagine it trips over itself.
I like to imagine it leapt backwards. Like literally turned around and leapt.
Or a bat on it like a kitten.
Okay, and She-who-Stalks. What is she doing proper?
I don't know. She can't really shoot the thing from where it is.
I thought I had given her the feats that would let her.
Oh, well, she has precise shot. You said this thing had like cover, so. And no, you never gave her precise shot. I got that at level 13.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it'll help because this thing has cover, not. It's not like it's in a melee. Yeah, that part will help, but the rest is. I'm just gonna stop doing Freedom's Call because it doesn't matter.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, I need everybody to get at least 5 feet back from the door, so I'm going to yell that out. Otherwise, they're going to get hit with the fireball.
I should do that once she discovers what she's gonna do.
Okay.
And she doesn't think she can really contribute other than summoning more things, and she'll let the Violet do the fighting for her, so she'll just go over here, and that'll be it.
Okay. You do know that her Yeah, that her bow can cast lightning bolt and true strike 3 times a day, right?
Tempted by True Strike, but honestly, the damage won't help
Um,
because it's an ooze, and she's afraid it'll just sink in and do nothing.
Okay.
Actually, True Strike on an intelligent item doesn't help.
No,
It's a
this is a power of her bow that
Oh, okay.
specifically lets only her bow get a +20 bonus on the shot.
Okie dokie.
It's a lightning bow as from the SRD.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Aquariel.
Oh, forgot I need to push. I need to push that push-to-talk button, or else.
Just a little.
Yeah. I was going to delay my action, but if we need to back up 5 feet. So what's this about True Strike not being able to cast on magic weapons?
A magic item that can cast True Strike, since True Strike has a range of personal, cannot improve the shot of its wielder.
Ah, okay, so I can still cast True Strike on myself, that's fine.
Yes.
Then I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Back up 5 feet and cast True Strike.
Okay, empowering your next attack with a +20
Where
bonus.
is it?
Okay. Varg.
Quickened action, shift to a flaming snake of doom that's medium-sized.
Okay, I'm just going to move. I'll find a token for you, but for the moment, I'm just going to take Blood Drinker as a medium token for it.
It's fine. Varg is now, let's see. This thing is touching me. It takes 1d6 points of fire damage. 6 points of fire damage, just because I'm on fire. It has heat, so. Other than that, I guess I'll attempt to kick its ass. Yes. I mean, no point in me moving, I suppose. Let's see.
Barrel of Coal's gonna take the fire damage and set on fire too.
Yep.
Casting web is a thing of hard thing because it's flammable. Just dump all the flammability on it.
Yeah, its bite seems pretty effective. Let's go with that. So let me just count what steps it goes down. Oops. 43 hits.
Yes, it does.
Just checking to see. It does have a sting, so I'll go for that next. Same roll, same hit.
Yep.
I doubt this thing, though it's poison.
Okay, so that's the...
So I need a fortitude save from you.
Oh, versus...
Poison, unless it's immune.
Immune.
Okay. I had to check. Okay, so damage.
That's 68 plus 22 plus 2d6 fire.
Also, remember the +2.
Right.
I keep saying that too late.
Plus 2 on your damage, so that's 6d8 plus 26.
Okie dokie.
And 2d6
Plus,
fire.
yeah. There you go.
Use glops and makes slurping sounds as your tail and teeth rip through it.
Okay, that was the heat. What was that? Should I try and grab it? I don't know if there's any point in it.
I suppose you could try, but I think your CMB has actually been lowered by moving into this form.
Well, yeah, I'm smaller, so yes. Yeah, that's fine. If it wants to grapple, we'll grapple. There's no point in me doing it. I might get constrict damage on this form, but that's like it. So I'm good.
Okay. Alia.
What happened to my turn?
You're after me.
I see.
Yeah, Alia delayed from the top of the order to behind Varg. Alia moves back 15 feet.
I'm just trying to set where I'm going to put it. Either way, one of my barrels is getting hit. There, that hits it. Actually, I think that hits it. Yeah, that hits it and Varg, but doesn't hit Ashland and only hits my barrel. Okay, we'll go with that. And I get to set those two barrels on fire.
Those two
Unattended
empty
objects.
ones. Right.
Yep.
Fireball?
Yep.
All right. Just Control Z your drawing there, please. Thank you.
Boom. The DC, the reflex DC is only 20, but we'll see how good this thing's reflex is. And 10d6 fire.
Okay, divide that by 10 apparently, so I heal 4 hit points, I think. Yep, 4 hit points.
Yes. All right. It waits is exposed now, so it is subject to that. Reflex, you said, for the initial?
Yep.
Oh, it's a fireball.
Hold on. That is not its save modifier.
Ah.
Well, it still rolled a 6.
Yeah, it still rolled a 6, so let's see. Yeah, it still failed.
It takes 47 points and is now on fire. My barrel also takes that damage. Yeah.
Let's see here. Its reflex save is +0.
Okay, barrel full of coal, roll a 20.
It did. Okay.
It takes half damage and isn't set on fire.
Right. Half damage in this case is there we go. 47. Half of that is 23.
Yep.
In essence.
All right. And it waits. It was affected, so it is now on fire.
I hope you have a fiery version of the token, because that'd be awesome.
Unfortunately, I do not. I do wish I did. Let's see if we can unbury Varg here. Good.
Draw fire.
Okay, and it takes...
Why can't more creatures be combustible?
Because it's a big glaring weakness the size of Mount, like, fucking Olympus.
Okay, and it will burn on its turn. Anything else? Oh, right. Your things actually get to make their attack.
Yep. I'm not going to
Barrels.
maintain. Actually, I believe Inspired Courage is mind affecting and doesn't help them, so I'm not going to bother singing then.
Because the only person who is in range for you to affect is Varg.
Yep. And he doesn't need it since he's healing now.
Yep. All right. I looked at the table and decided that its 3 construction points would be best spent on ranged attack and piercing attack. Therefore,
Go by 4 barrels, attack!
Won't the water ones just put out the fire?
okay,
Yeah.
that did not work.
Only
Why
if
did
they
that-
attack with the water inside them.
So what if the water sloshes out?
What if the moon
There's
falls?
not
Oh, come
enough
on,
to put
Chris.
out.
It's not like that.
There's not enough is going to splash out to put out a coal fire. It'll just spread it.
Anyways,
Okay,
they flex and the nails that hold them together come shooting out of the bands. Dealing, let's see here.
Does this mean they're just going to fall apart if they attack enough?
Not only not yeah. No,
Not for game
but only
mechanics, no.
because all I've done is flavor this.
Okay.
So, un, dos, tres, cuatro.
They're magical. They're just replenishing their nails as they throw them.
None of those are crits. So that means it takes...
Be prepared, because I'm going to be using this spell all the damn time.
Mhm.
sounds like a good plan.
All right. There we go. Ashlyn,
Alrighty.
there is
What?
now a lot of smoke pouring out of the room, and it is all thick and oily. Not yet thick enough to hinder vision, but it will get that way soon.
Okay then. Well, I'm going to cast web across over fire, creating more fire, and also limiting its movement. Unless anybody has any objections. Okay then.
Let's see here.
Alright.
That will do. Web is that's a 30-foot diameter, if I remember right. Or is it 20-foot radius?
It's a 20-foot radius. The
Okay.
duration is 10 minutes per level. Does that mean it's in casting times? Never mind. Sorry, I was double checking something.
I'm just going to give you ownership of this. Go ahead and place that where you want it.
One second, let me look up the map. Drag it.
Pardon?
How do I drag it? Clicking
Just-
and dragging it doesn't work.
Oh, of course it doesn't, because it is an NPC, and it needs to be a PC owned by you in order to be movable. Try now.
Alright. Please just center it over the creature and Bard.
Okay.
And you'll be fine.
Well,
And then,
web's flammable, so it's just going to burn up and do mild fire damage to it, which is fine.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the plan. And
Yeah, considering how much fire there is in here, I'm just going to summarily rule that the whole damn thing ignites on fire immediately.
that's awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to move back.
Foop. So let's see here. Web does what? A D4 per square?
It's,
Yeah, a D4 per exposed square while it burns. Yeah, it does normal fire environmental damage.
2d4 for creatures within the flaming webs. There we go.
Two D4, go and roll it. If you get 10, I heal a point. I'm within. I need to see whether or not if I heal anything.
There we go. Okay, so that is 9. So, Varg, there it is for you.
No, I don't heal. I just don't feel anything.
And per square, the web goes up like a very small fireball. The ooze begins to scream and squeal in pain. And you move.
I didn't think it would have vocal cords.
Well, it's more of a sizzling as it releases gas
Okay.
that burns. And Varg, you also take another d6 of no healing.
No healing. If it's a D6, ignore it. I can't heal from that.
Yeah. 35 twice is 70. Okay, it is now actually worried that its ambush is not going as planned. You know, animal intelligence, that's about it. So it is going to attempt to submerge itself in order to put out the flames. Varg is not currently grappling it, so it gets away with it.
Well, depending on how far it moves, it would move. Because if it's still attackable within like 10 feet of movement,
You may get an AOO.
Okay, this time I'm gonna try and grapple it.
Go for it.
Okay, quick calculations. $38 hit it.
38 does.
Okay, now I see if I actually managed to grapple it. So one more I need to calculate.
Yep. You should just have to subtract its BAB and add your own.
That one, so it just gets away.
It
But it does take damage.
It disappears under the sand. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Yeah, there it is. 3d8. So 34 looks like.
Okay. And actually, that vortex of sand shouldn't be there at the moment, because it is not currently trying to drag anyone down. Okay. Emesua.
Well, she was going to go back, but now she's seeing the oily smoke come out of there. She's got no part of that.
Mm-hmm.
She'll
Run
just move to
away.
there for now.
I'll save Alia's soul when it gets to the great upper planes. She-who-Stalks. And let's see here.
You can just control her. I got no idea what she wants to do.
Yep. Do pardon the brief map reload, but this is the only way for me to enforce a vision range limit. The room is very thick and smoky. The vision, even for those with dark vision, is now limited to 30 feet. She-who-Stalks. Well, she hears it squealing, so she knows that there is that we're definitely winning the fight. So she's going to move forward again, and lacking any direct target, she's just going to bid the bullet back under the sands to go looking for it, which it does, but it can't get far enough in order to attack it underground. So that's as far as it goes. Acoriel.
Right. It's vanished, so I'm going to move in about 40 feet with the fly spell. I'm going to move 20 feet in and 10 feet up.
Okay.
And not much else I can do. Let's see. Hold an action to attack it if it gets close enough when it reappears, I guess, if it does reappear.
Righto. Varg.
Oh, that was fun, guys. No, I'll burrow after it.
Alrighty. Come back here, you. We're not finished with you yet. Arr.
I've got a 20-foot burrow.
Alright.
So straight down 20 feet. If I run into it, tell me.
10 feet down, your teeth run into an oily mass.
Breath weapon. Fire touch creatures get that. It needs to make a reflex save. Normally this wouldn't work when I'm point blank, so I can do it underground.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, 30-foot cone, 86, reflex 24 halves.
Yeah, no, it's different when I do it. The breath weapon of a touch is based on my con, so mine is actually half a
Gotcha.
fire infused creature, so it's 9 plus con of 5, 24.
It's different, you say, eh?
Shut up.
It's alright.
I happen to have the exact same, calculations that this thing does through magic. It fails, it's gonna take full damage.
Yep.
Potentially light itself on fire again? I don't know.
It under the sand, it's all damped out. You're breathing a concentrated jet of flame, but otherwise there isn't anything to keep the fire going down here.
19 points of fire damage. Not very good roll.
Okay.
And I can do it again in one round. So next turn.
Roger that.
That's basically my turn. Move, standard action to breathe. Done.
Alia.
Oh, it's not technically on fire, nor am I, so never mind.
I'm going to ready in action to set Fireball on it again if it pops up, or rather ready an action to cast a spell if it pops up, and they're going to ready actions to attack if it pops up.
The barrels flex and tense, ready. Ashlyn.
Sorry, flexing barrels. How much health does this thing have left? Big guesstimate?
A lot.
A lot
Not-
of health left?
Not much from what I saw of its health bar before before it went down.
Yeah, it was bloodied in the in that first wave of fire, and yeah, it should be most of the way to dead by now.
Alrighty. Well, if it pops up again, I'll ready an action to cast Red, because Red and Fire is a fun combination.
Alrighty. It waits.
That's its turn. It waits on its turn. Ba-doom boom.
Yes, yes. Well, it can do this again, so of course it's going to. This is directly at Varg, as the only one pursuing it.
Confuse does not help you.
Yeah, it's rolled randomly from a list of like 6 or 7 conditions, pardon.
36.
Yeah, you pass. Half
How much
damage.
is that?
19.
Okie dokie.
And it's going to try and get away from you. Do you have tremor sense?
Yes, I do. I'm a purple worm, essentially, just really small.
Yes, tremor sense 60 foot. Okay. You notice it slithering away to the south.
I'll just keep following it.
Yes. Hemesua. It's going to go hide where it isn't smoky, I imagine.
Yeah, she's gonna go through the door and take some nice deep breaths.
Sure. She-who-Stalks.
She bravely ran away.
Yeah. She-who-Stalks go bravely join her and ran away. I don't know. It's not like anyone else here is going to commit to this fight at this point. None of you can burrow.
She-who-Stalks is going to stand at the doorway with bow drawn, ready to fire. And the bullet does have tremor sense as well. So Varg, you feel the mass of the bullet pushing past you to pursue. Acoriel.
I also cannot burrow. So, delay until it pops up, I suppose.
Sure. Well, ready an action to do what when it pops up?
Ready to attack it.
Okay. Varg.
Go in the direction it was going until I run into it. Alright, well, I go 20 feet, so if I run into it by 20 before, or,
10 feet, bump.
Oh, my breath weapon's ready to go. Make a reflex save. You fail by 1.
Yep.
That's better.
That is. Let's see here. That's 74.
And I can do it in 3 turns, so it's not going to take it next turn. I'm probably just biting it.
Okay. Alia.
There's not much I can do until it surfaces. Yeah, I'm going to delay until after its turn.
Okay.
I want to see what it does.
No, not Bark. Ashlyn,
Right. Um,
you have a very limited view of the room right now. You can just see a Coriel at the edge of the swirling smoke.
um, let's see. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm both tempted to just go out into a room and see if it pops up there, or just sit around and wait. I'll just sit around and wait. Web is still prepared.
Okay. Varg, you sense it waits, moving further away from you, and beginning to twist and pull to cause the sand to begin to collapse. I need the 2 water barrels to make reflex saves at +0.
Okay, do it.
D20. They begin sinking into the sand. And this is going to go at Varg as the only effective pursuer.
$33.
You're fine.
That is 23.
Yes.
Ow. You think I'm done with you?
It hopes.
It is wrong.
It hopes, it dreams, and very, very soon it's not to be finished.
Is it my turn? Is this thing done? What's going on?
Sorry. You pursue. It is in biting range.
I want to charge it if I can, but I don't know if that works underground.
I really wouldn't let it, even if you could.
Okie dokie. Okay, let's go and bite.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Hits.
That hits. Ooh, okay. Danger. All right. You bite into it, and it begins writhing and pulsing. It must be very, very weak at this point.
Okay, was it 5 feet away, perchance?
It was.
Cool. Sting.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I remembered it's basically the exact same thing again.
Hit. Okay. Your tail tears into it, and you feel you feel a lot. You feel like it's collapsing, and there's a lot of, and it's getting very hot down there.
I'm into fire. I don't care. Care levels at 0. Yeah, there was a full round action though, so my turn's done.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. How was it your turn? You just had one a moment ago.
No, I know. I just had my turn. My turn is done, is what I said.
No. I mean, how did we
Yeah,
get
we
back
went
to you?
from
Because we
the
just did
ooze
Aishlin
straight
and it
to-
waits. We were about to do Alia.
I don't know.
I looked at the wrong position on the initiative order is what just happened.
Well, okay.
Oh my. Is any part of it exposed while it's grappling my dudes?
It's not. It just made the
Not
sand
yet.
quake.
Alright. Hold on a moment here. Sorry, folks. The magic rewind button, because that was a very silly mistake. It was not Varg's turn. It was Alia's.
Okie dokie.
Shh. You know nothing about how many hit points it has left.
Oh my.
All right, so your two water barrels are about half submerged now and are
Be right back, everyone.
twisting
I need to go feed the
plaintively.
dog.
Okay.
Yeah, can I see the creature at all at this point?
Not yet. It is under the sands.
Why is everybody so quiet?
I believe because Brad is thinking.
I'm just checking something.
I'm looking at the monstrous humanoid entries.
So right now the creature's got my barrels, right?
2 of them.
I'm going to cast grease on this barrel in an attempt to make it drop it.
Grease. Can create a greasy coating on a object.
I'm back.
If the
Did anything change?
creature drops the item. And we're just figuring out how casting grease on one of the animated objects will affect the situation.
It gives it a +10 circumstance bonus to its escape artist check.
I guess it does. All right, go ahead. Actually, escape artist or considering its escape artist bonus is 0. Actually, its escape artist bonus is -1, and its CMB is 11. You may make a check to break the grapple. by getting the +10 circumstance bonus on its combat maneuver. So +21.
There you go, Barrel. I'm looking out for you.
Rolled a 19, of course. 38 versus CMD did not work out for you.
Oh, it was worth a shot. Well, I've done all I can do. It's up to Varg now.
Okay. Emesua is running or breathing somewhere else. She-who-Stalks.
Potatoes.
She's going to move into the room to cover to cover a Coriel and try and get an eye on anyone else. She does manage to see Alia from where she moves to and readies to shoot with her bow. She sees the vortex, so she knows where it might be. A Coriel.
So I can see the edge of the vortex.
Yes, you can.
Debating if I should try and recall my monstrous physique spell for something with burrow speed to help Varg out.
It would depend on how you could pinpoint Varg.
Yes, I could see the spinny sand vortex of doom, but
Well, that's where the creature is, but you don't actually know where Varg is in relation. He's chasing it and keeps biting it, but you don't really know if he comes to the side or which side, or directly the bottom. And unless he Varg just calls out, "Hey, I'm over here."
Can't really do that. Well, I can, but not like underground.
yeah, probably get a mouthful of dirt.
Well, at the moment he's a worm, so that would just be delicious. It wouldn't be very loud, though.
I suppose I'll just move over to the vortex.
Maybe if you put yourself in bait, you can make a reflex and attack it. It comes too close.
I'm just going to move here and ready an action to attack, since it should generally be in this area.
Sure. Varg. It waits is to the south, but there's a problem. There's a barrel between you and it.
I go around the barrel. I got 20 foot of movement, so I just need to see if I can get within it.
You do manage to get around it. You're actually under where a Coriel is, but I'm going
That's
to
fine. You
place
put
you
me to
here.
there. Yeah, that's fine. That is not a crit, though. Just give me a heads up if it dies, and I'll do my tail. And that's the tail.
You don't have a full attack
Oops.
to do.
Sorry,
Whoa,
that's the tail.
not a
That's not much
crocodile.
lower.
You moved 20 feet. You don't have a full
Oh,
attack
I'm
to
stupid.
do.
Sorry, just the bite then.
Yes, no worry.
Wait, do I have pounce on this? Oh, it doesn't matter. That's a charge, so yeah, I can't charge on the ground.
If you got to the surface, you could, even if you had it. Do you have it?
Pounce? No, this thing is still technically a purple worm, so it does not have pounce.
Okay. Ashlyn.
Okay.
Everyone has charged bravely into the room or run into the passage behind you.
I noticed.
As as the ooze itself is no longer on fire, the smoke is beginning to clear out a bit, but not yet enough to see better by.
It's alright. I'll just move over here.
Mm-hmm. There is a vortex that the water barrels are being pulled down into.
Well, actually, I didn't realize that the barrels are on the vortex. I can only see the vortex when I was back in the corridor. I'll ready an action and cast web if it pops up.
Okay. All right. This thing is. Let's see here. Right. She can actually see it, but Coriel's actually going to be in range. All right. It emerges from the sands, and it looks like it is scrambling quickly across the surface, headed for this forge. Coriel, you are. Do you have a. What do you plan to attack with?
Sword.
Do you have a 10-foot reach?
No.
Okay. Aislinn, you ready to cast a spell? You just saw it emerge. What spell shall you cast?
I'll cast web. So I was planning on casting it.
Okay. Centered where?
Over the creature. Well, I mean,
Alrighty.
whatever the creature still inhibits movement since it's supposed to be a terrain thing.
You do not know because you have not yet succeeded at trying.
Fine. Let's experiment. At the very least, we'll run to the forge and stay on fire.
Anyone in the area cast must make a reflex save. That probably doesn't beat the DC. Okay, it is entangled by the web now, but it can probably break free pretty easily. Knowing from what it's been doing thus far.
Right.
Let's see here. That's this web as a object, as a free size object. No, not that big.
Gosh, the name of the spider, please.
There we go. You have also managed to. Yeah, you could, if you moved it just 5 feet further south, you wouldn't catch a Coriel in it.
I appreciate not being in webs.
Alrighty, that has stopped it from being able to finish its move this turn.
What about the fact that the part of the web is in the forge?
I will get to that.
Okay.
In the meantime, however, it is going to Mind Spear the nearest thing that it thinks is an actual threat to it, a Coriel.
Hey.
Oh, of course, it rolls the minimum, the minimum condition this turn. All
And
right.
I roll a 3, so.
Yep. Take 39 psychic, and you are dazzled for 1 round, which really just means -1 to your attack rolls.
Hooray.
On a scale of 1 to 8, that's the one.
Sparkle, sparkle.
For reference, the 8 is panicked.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Alia.
Hello, Mr. Ooze.
Oh. 2 fireballs, eh?
No, I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Neither do I. Have you checked your emoticon settings?
No, they're off.
Okay.
I think it might be my mouse. It keeps doing weird stuff.
Okay. Yeah, you can center that so it doesn't hit anyone else. I don't think that's a very good reflex save. What's the damage?
The DC's 20, so he's not on fire at least. Rolling it.
Okay. You hit it with the fireball. No, get rid of that. That's not quite. And it begins shriveling in on itself and beginning to glow red hot.
Is it going to explode?
Alright.
You still have a move action, Alia.
Well, I did my part. Bye, Z's.
The problem with genre-savvy people is they mess you as well out of the fight. She-who-Stalks cannot see it. Alia, you.
I think
you
this room is well lit by all the burning things, but that's just me.
No, it's the
Oh, right,
smoke that's
smoke,
choking
right.
everything out. Alia, you're just screaming "Bye-sies" as you go.
Yeah, I may actually do a performance. Let's see what I can do that might actually help. How many people can I hit with Inspire?
Everyone who's in the room with you is within 30 feet.
No, just how many people can I hit with it at a time? I need to look at it.
Hmm.
Oh no, it's Inspire Greatness I want to do because that's the temp HD. Yeah, okay. For every 3 levels beyond 9th, you can do 1 additional ally. So I can hit 4 people.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's 4 other than me, and I think I've run away enough, so I'm going to hit all of them with Inspire Heroics as I'm running away. Bye, Z's!
The effect of Inspire Heroics?
2 extra D10 hit dice, with the consumer at number of temporary hit points, and bonuses to and a +2 competence bonus to attack rolls and a 1 competence bonus on fortitude saves.
Alrighty.
And those hit dice do actually count as hit dice for things that for things that rely on hit dice for their effects.
Roger that.
So I'm
Alright.
going to hit the 4 of them with that as I'm running away.
Okay. She-who-Stalks is going to follow your brave lead. Acorial.
Gonna use a free action to activate Boots of Speed, which give me haste, and get out of dodge.
Skedaddle.
But I still have a standard action after that, so I suppose I'll hold a spell to cast if it actually is not dying from this.
Okay.
We completely screwed this room up.
Varg, you are underground, and the thing got away from you.
Okay, pursue.
There's a bullet behind you.
Hello.
Do you pursue to the surface?
Yeah, I see no reason not to.
Okay. You try to surface here, but there is a barrel. You go around, and you emerge into a web.
I'm on fire. The warp sets to burn.
Yes, the web starts to burn, and you are not encumbered by it. There is a large black ooze here, which is shriveling up and glowing red hot.
I take a bite.
Okay. That hits.
Nail. Yum.
Yeah, stop putting that state on it. I knew. Thank you.
Okay.
Which
Aislinn,
There is everybody.
way
just
did we come in?
from the north.
Alright. Ashlyn is going to dimension door over here. To the other way.
Sorry,
Or
I
just run. That's
I
fine.
didn't see your pointer.
How do I point it?
Hold spacebar.
Productivity. Anyway, that's okay.
Okay. Alrighty. It waits, compresses down to the size of a fist, and then explodes back out the way it came. Where's that measuring tool? Aislinn is out of range by 5 feet. Aquarial is in range, but She-who-Stalks is not. Aquarial, Alia.
No, I should have gone farther.
Aquarial, Alia, Varg, please make me reflex saves.
Okie dokie.
A 3, really? Screw you, dice.
You can use a hero point retroactively to add 4 to it.
I only have 1 hit point. Sorry, 1 hero point. I'm not going to waste it on that.
If you had 1 hit point, I'd like you to waste it, please. Yeah, Varg attempts to dodge out of the way of whatever's happening. If it's fire, though, it don't get matters to him.
Alright. So, the ooze explodes, sending its flaming hot coals and the impact of the blast in every direction.
Do the barrels filled with water get a resistance bonus? Sorry, I'm just bugging you.
You know, technically the ooze was trying to grapple them and kill them so that water would go everywhere and you couldn't set it on fire again. Alrighty, so this is its negative HP.
Oh, if it changed
divided by
anything,
4.
I was hasted. That should be a 31 on the reflex save.
And Var gets a +2.
That does give you a bonus to the save. How much? Oh, actually, no, you passed, so you don't have to worry.
Alright.
Alia and Varg did not.
Even with Varg's +2, she never adds.
Even with Varg's +2, which would still take him to under Alia's, who's failed.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is not so terrible. Assuming it doesn't roll high.
Hey guys, why are you all so far away? Boom.
Big bada boom. Coriel, you may halve those.
I'm gonna need to.
Ow. Oh, well, I'm still in this form, so.
Alright, and because Aishlin and She-who-Stalks are in range, they each take 10 bludgeon damage. Just 10, though. It's just the blast of being knocked over. And I'll have to check. There we go, Coriel's taking his.
That should be what it is with damage resistance.
Alrighty then. Okay. And it is blown up. Oh dear, those barrels aren't making it. Their HP is only like 58,
No.
and they don't have a reflex save good enough.
What
Did
about
you
the
roll
water
natural
though, on top of-
20s?
No, they didn't.
One almost does.
They all crack open and spill their contents over the floor.
Aww.
With Varg
So-
standing and like slithering on the floor, looking stupid as he blinks at what the explosion happened.
Do the coals that were in those two get lit on fire?
Those were
Possibly,
not
but
coals,
does it
that was
matter?
ore. And
Sorry.
the blast is actually puts out that fire. And the others continue blowing major away, and this pile of coal does not set on fire, but there's a lot of ash and tinder left in the air. Nevertheless, for exploration purposes, now that that encounter's over, I'm putting the vision distance back to what it should be.
Or should I go bathe in some lava for a while?
You will
Well,
have
I
to-
need to rest. Either way,
If I stay in
either
this
way,
lava
I have
for,
to work soon, so I gotta
an
go.
hour.
We will see you next week, Brad.
Alright.
Bye,
I'll just
Zeus.
do a quick denouement here.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, with the forge cleared of that ooze, everyone can gather back up together, and I imagine someone goes and fetches a Mesua. And the bullet disappears after a minute or so, so I think I can just safely remove that. And yes, this room was made to be wrecked the hell out of. I left all these barrels around so that they could be, knocked about by explosions and set on fire and their contents used.
Yes, action scene.
And made into, living combatants.
Of course, I didn't plan on that one, but hey, it worked. Alright.
You know you have a good action scene when the fucking objects get involved.
was
Varg
definitely
knows
really
he's low on
great.
health, so he's probably just going to plunk into the lava later, but that's for next session, probably. Probs.
Yeah. Yep, we can figure that out. In the meantime, I will see you all. Where's that calendar?
Eventually.
Yep, same time next week, the 26th.
Sounds good.
I will be there.
I will see y'all later.
Have a good night.
Yep,
Good
good
night.
everyone.